Ooh. Ooh. Can you hear me now? Okay. I think it's working. I'm not gonna touch anything ever again. As soon as video catches up, let me know. Let me know that you guys can hear me, because I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry guys. That was definitely something. Okay. So, yes, because I feel like I got way messed up in what we were doing today. Adam, I'm going to start with you if you're here. Is Adam here? I don't even know if he's here. But he asked me if I would look at his, so I'm going to look at his first. And then notifications, clarity, yes. Let's take a look at Adam's here. Ooh, fancy. Fancy. So this is something Adam came up with. This is his new... Ooh, what is this not? Ooh. Adam got fancy. All right. Okay. Hey, Araceli. All right. So let's hear it. Okay. All right, Adam, what up? That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Caleb, obviously, dude. Actually, you're in mariachi, so mariachi's got to be doing. You know, I want you guys getting that recording done for Guadalajara. Okay, Adam, let's see what happened here. We got to turn some of these down because. I like that. Okay, I like that. Okay, cool, Caleb. Thank you. I think this is actually a little loud, and also it's hard to hear. So, what effects do you have on here? You have delay and chorus on here. All right, let's chill on the chorus. Let's see how that does. Let's mess with this. Now I know you kind of want to mask your voice, Adam, but like if you can't understand what's happening, then what if we? All right, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut it because I want to be able to. Yeah. I want to move this out. Okay. Come on. There. Let's get rid of you. No. Because I want it to land on the downbeat. If you're gonna do something weird like this, and let's just move you, and we're gonna copy this and just. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see what kind of nonsense we've developed. Oh, that was hilarious. It was your birthday, dude. What up? Happy birthday. Got a Sunday birthday. Let's see, Mr. Donkey, is that Andrew? I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember. So, actually, let's. I'm gonna solve this so I can hear it. Okay, so. Oh man. Okay. All right. So Adam, this is really cool. I love how you pitch shifted everyone so that it sounded like a scale going up. I love that you did that. That is really, really cool. Like, you memed me hard, my guy. You memed me hard. All right. So let's. Now we gotta go. We gotta hit. So I like your dub synth, and then, dude, we gotta hit. We gotta hit with the synth hard here, or we gotta hit with the dub. Actually, okay, I'm gonna let's forget that because I know there is a synth that we can use that's like a dubstep synth. Okay. So what's that, a G? Let's go down. Okay, so we're gonna drop this here. I'm just like dragging stuff around trying to figure out where the like the right growls I want are. Sam. Okay, so we're gonna mute that for right now because that's obnoxious. Let's crank this. I'm gonna extend this because like each one of these synths has its own like I don't know, like rhythmic pulse to it, and so you got to kind of messing with these kind of pads are, I don't know, they can do weird things to your head. I like that one. Now, there's way more I could do to this, but I'm just gonna drag this out because I kind of like it. And that's what we do here on this stream, is whatever we want. Now, same thing here. I want to come over to this guy. We gotta, okay, reverb is down. We gotta turn. Actually, we're gonna turn the delay off because it. All right, I don't know. Now we got this like weird little dubstep track. It's kind of neat. Now the problem with this part right here is that this now is too loud. Because we actually want the, like, we want this hit to be stronger than this part here. So if I let's try and fade out. Let's see. No, that was awful. No. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's actually take this. We're gonna grab the velocity. We're gonna turn the velocity all the way up on all of them. See, I like how, so you actually went and did like a super triplet here without realizing it, which is awesome. It's just like, it's kind of a neat thing to happen. I still want this to be louder though. So how can I come back? Let's, we're gonna add a little bit of reverb, volume's all the way up. Add effect. We're gonna add, we're gonna add more volume. What? All right, let's see what happens. Now it might be too loud, but. Okay, that did it. That's what I needed. I just needed more volume. That was rad. Okay, so what I did there was I went into effects. You can add an effect. I just added volume because I wanted it to be louder. So that did it. That did what I wanted. Cool. Adam, I like it. You trolled me hard. You trolled me hard, and I definitely approve. So I'm going to send a message to him, let him know. All right. So we're going to save. Then we're going to exit. Yeah, that was cool. I liked that. That was pretty neat. Let's see. So good. I got a lot of people turning in projects. Let's see. I wanted to go back and mess with this one because what we're doing this week is I'm gonna make a chord progression for you guys essentially, and then make you write a melody over it. So let's go into our piano roll. Going to scroll in nice and tight here so we can see what's going on. Now, I have this chord progression in my head, and I'm sure that a lot of you have a similar problem. Mine, it just might be a little bit easier for me to solve. Is what you hear in your head. It takes time to get it out onto the page. So I have this kind of descending feel. So I wrote out the top part first because I know that that's what I want to hear, but I'm not sure what the harmony that goes underneath that is. So I'm just kind of playing with this at the moment. Yeah, and so this isn't quite right. I've got this C in the bass, with an F sharp, C, D, F sharp. But I don't, it's not a C major chord. What's in the top voice? A B. So, why does it sound like a minor chord? Okay, B. Oh, I've got two B's, so it's almost like a diminished chord. No, I don't want that. That didn't sound good. Oh, because this is a B here. All right, Wellman, come on. So in the key of D, a B chord would be minor. Yeah, it'd be a minor chord. Okay, so we gotta do that. No, because I want a B and then I want an F sharp. Okay, and then I want a D, and then let's. Is that a 6 for good measure? Let's see what happens. Goodbye. So yeah, I'm using my ears right now. I'm using a little bit of music theory knowledge to just kind of figure out what it is I'm hearing in my head. So the first three chords feel pretty good. It's as I get into this next chord, which is. So I've got this B flat, right? B flat, and then let's grab our marking tool, B flat. So if I have a B flat, let's say it's B flat minor, because that's also descending. And we need F. I'll just add B flat. That is so nasty. That is nasty. Nasty. Let's do major. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's why it was weird. Let's try that. It sounds too, yeah. No, we need to make this major. We go major. Oh, I could do an augmented chord, actually. Let's try that. Regular F chord. Where is that dissonant note? Okay. Got F, D, D. Let's just drop this note. Oh, it's this A. Oh, no. That's what's making it faint. Okay, that's just simplified. I do want a little spice in here. There's something not spicy enough. I'm totally just seeing what happens as I do this. I don't like any of that I just did. Woo! So, you know, it's just trial and error at this point. Even with like extensive music theory background like what I have, I'm still just trial and error, you know. That's music. You see what works. What is this? There's a note in here. That's what I want to hear. Okay, so I needed an E flat in there for some reason. I don't know. I like it though. That's the note I was looking for. Okay, so let's hear this song. Okay, so no, I want it right here on this G. Okay. So I've got about 3 more chords to build in here, and that's gonna give me just an idea of. And honestly, I can tell you right now, what was in my head is not what is making it onto the page right now, which is frustrating. But that's part of getting better. Just practicing putting what is in your head onto paper or onto an instrument takes time. And the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like erosion, where the more times you try and recreate it, the more it kind of tears away at the original idea until what actually gets on the page isn't precisely what you thought of. And so the more transparent you get with your music composition, the less times you have to go through and try and figure it out, the more pure that ending sound is. And the only way to get there is just to do it a bunch of times, which means you're going to write a bunch of songs that are not what you thought they would be to begin with, because it's just a process. That's the process. So let's see, we've got B flat up here, but I'm going to move up to D because I do want no, not D. What has a B flat in it? Let's see, G minor. C major as the dominant 7 would, maybe. Let's see. Don't like that. What else has a B flat in it? E flat. E flat. A flat. We have B flat up there. So what if I add A flat in the bass? No, thank you. So this is, I mean, this is for sure like a jazz-ish harmonic structure that I'm going for. It's not something that I would say anyone should do to start. It's got like this almost like Juice by Lizzo. It's like, it's that kind of feeling. It's what's called a cycle progression, and I'm not doing it very well. And in fact, if I pulled myself back and actually thought it through theoretically and like wrote it down on a piece of paper, I'd probably figure it out a lot faster than just sitting here trying to do this. But you guys don't have the theory knowledge to be doing anything like this, so I'm trying to do it how I would expect you would be able to do it, which is just, that's a lot different. Let's see. Let's go to C sharp. It ain't my fault. That's right. Yeah. Let's see. And then can I end with D? Does D work with G here? Yeah. Can I add it? That's gonna be weird, but no. What if I just drop this down to F sharp? Because I want it to be a D chord. And then this needs to be D, D, F sharp, A. No, I don't like that. It's just not working out for me today, guys. What I really wanted, I wanted this outside voice to be following the inside voice. No, excuse me. I wanted the the top voice and the yeah. Yeah, I just want it all to be stepwise, so I have to come back through and change what I'm doing. Tritone. The Simpsons. That's how you know it's a tritone, which is a nasty little interval. It's very dissonant. So we got an A, D, C sharp. Ooh, right? Oh no, that's D, A, C sharp. Oh, my ears. Okay, let's do that. And let's do that. A, C sharp. Where is the holdup? Goodbye, goodbye. A, E, G sharp. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. This is G sharp, and I want it to be A again. F sharp. So it's kind of okay, but this is like nitty gritty. Like, why are we doing this? You know, it gets really, really in the weeds, I guess is the best way I would describe it. So. So I am going to leave this alone because it's going to drive me crazy. It's going to drive me crazy. It's not quite what I wanted to do. So I'm going to start something new because I really just wanted to talk about antecedent and consequent phrases today. So I'm going to take something really simple. We're just going to use the piano. Okay. We're going to take a really simple melody that everyone knows. Okay, so let's, we're going to record this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's it. We know this. We know this. Everybody knows this, I hope. I think everybody knows this. We are going to quantize to the what? Quarter note? Quarter note. Yeah. Where are you? This is not what I wanted. How do I quantize here? There we go. Oops. Okay, so okay, yeah, so easy. So we know that melody. We can see the shape. We can see the contour of the melody. Da 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 dum da da dum da da dum. So that's one phrase. So the second phrase starts the same way. Da 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 dum ba da da. I'm sorry, I messed up because that does have this one here. Oops. Da 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 dum. And that's called a consequent phrase because it comes as a consequence of the first one. So we see da 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 dum da da dum da da dum. That's telling you that whatever musical idea is not over because we're going up. This would also change harmonically what we're doing. Da 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 dum. Same thing. Da 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 dum. Instead of going up, we go down. So we can see this in 100 different melodies. This is like basic melody design. So I played this in the key of C. So if I add a piano track and we just say let's record that. So we're using the 1 chord and the 5 chord to play this. Oops. Start all the way beginning. This is a really simple harmony. 2, 3, 1, 2, ready. Oops. I gotta turn the metronome on. What am I doing here? 4, 1, 2, ready. And Okay, super super basic. This is Mary Had a Little Lamb just uses 2 chords, and it uses the 1 chord and the 5 chord. So you see these little additions I have in here. 5, 1. Then we start over. 1, 5, 1. Okay, so that is really, really basic. Really, really basic. Now, you can see this over lots of different stuff. So, for example, we just played Mary Had a Little Lamb, right? Let's play like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So if we're just gonna do like a nursery rhymes here. 1, 2, ready, and oops, that didn't work. Wasn't what I wanted. Delete this because I actually want to be in the top track here. 1, 2, ready, and so there's another melody. Let's take a look at it in the piano roll. So we're looking specifically at this part that I'm dragging away. Da 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 dum, da 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 dum. Let's see. Where's my grid? Grid. Okay, so now I can do the same thing with this because we're still in the key of C. So I'm going to drag this all the way over here. Oh, that's why it's weird, because it needs to go like that. Boom. So let's see. Again, we've got Twinkle, Twinkle. We can do a 4 chord little star. Then a 5 chord. How playing 3 chords now. We have the melody's a little bit more complicated. I'm playing the 1 chord, that's a C. The 4 chord, that's an F, but it's in first inversion, so I'm playing F, A, and then C. I have to do some kind of weird gymnastics on my keyboard to do that because I don't actually have a piano in front of me, so I'm using these inversions. This is a 5/7 chord. So if I play along to this, let me see if I can do that. 2, ready. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, so that did not do what I wanted it to because I needed it to record in the second voice. So let me try that again. Whoa! Go back to my instrument here. 1, 2, ready, and twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world, so that one is different. So we're gonna go right here. Whoa, no, undo, undo, undo. Okay, so let's hear this. So then this next note is a G. So G, G Willikers. Up above the world so high. Up above the, or I could go, let's see, up. Or I could play. Oops. Da 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 dum. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. We could be jerks and do like a D major chord. That would be weird. We're not going to do that. Up above the world so up above the world so high. We could do that. I like that. That's just 1, 5, 1, 5. Like a diamond in the sky. And really, it's just a 5 chord the whole time. So if we play that. No, we're gonna undo because it's on the wrong track again. I'm gonna go back to our instrument. Okay, there it is. So this is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, right? So here's something to think about is before, so if we go look at our first melody here, we have a really similar, what's called a harmonic rhythm. So, little lamb, Mary had a little lamb, its face was white as snow. Okay, but when we get into Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, the harmonic rhythm changes. We change chords more often. Twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world, so we're just holding this chord like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And in fact, I should have changed this one right here. To the dominant chord, which is so that's just should have been a little bit. Just one more thing here. So, why do we take really simple melodies and try and analyze them like that? The reason is because, I mean, there's thousands and thousands of reasons. I'm just, if I can simplify it as much as possible. It's like when you're learning a second language, or even when you're learning your first language, you have to understand some basics and why things happen, why relationships are there, even subconsciously. You just have to, it's like seeing the rules. It's more important to see the rules and try and participate in the rules than actually know the rules, if that makes sense. And there's a whole lot of developmental psychology surrounding this, is that when you see children play, especially young children, they're going to play games together, and if you pull one aside and say, what are the rules to the game that you're playing, most likely they have no idea. They couldn't tell you what the rules are, but they know the rules because they're all playing the game simultaneously. And this is the true with language, and it's true with music, is the more that you're aware of the rules, the more restrictive it can be. But the more that the rules are intuitive, because you use it all the time, and you're the more wiggle room you have. So understanding these really basic melodies is sort of like in a second language class, going in and reading children's books. If you read children's books a lot, at least that was one of the things I had to do in my Spanish classes, for example, is you read children's books, you try and interpret the meaning based on, you have pictures. Like I read Spanish children's books to my kids, and honestly, it feels like a better exercise for me than it is for them. Just because I want to introduce a lot of language to them more frequently. So taking these really simple melodies really helps. So back to what I was talking about, we have this idea of an antecedent and consequent phrase in terms of melody. That would be Mary Had a Little Lamb. Antecedent, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Consequent phrase starts the same. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And you see that it starts the same, but it ends differently. It ends by dropping off. However, with something like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, this would be called like an ABA phrase. So we have twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. That's the A phrase. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. That's the B phrase. And then we come back to A at the end. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So these are melodic devices. How can we use melody? How can we understand melody a little bit easier so we understand how to use it? So I think to start this week, we're going to start with an antecedent consequent phrase because they are the most recognizable. Like pop music uses antecedent consequent phrase all the time. The ABA form we still see it, but it's harder to recognize. Um, let's see. What's one we could do? Let's. So this is melodic examples. We're going to save that. I'm going to exit the studio. Let's do something like something else that people would recognize, like Mañanitas or something. So we'll have to go into here. And you know what? I just realized this light isn't on. We're gonna make music. If I before I do that, I have to make sure that this is in 3/4 because mariachi music is in 3/4 for the most part. Let's see. Here we go. Let's grab a trumpet. A. Yeah. So we're just going to pop in the piano roll. Oh, that's right. These are dotted. It's all coming back to me. I teach mariachi, by the way. Omega lol. Let's slow this down. Mañanitas is like 80. So so that's a phrase. That's a melodic phrase. Let's go in. We're gonna change the voice just so we can play with stuff. We're gonna just choose. Just gonna choose a violin. Let's start right here. So I'm just trying to take recognizable melodies. Okay, we're almost there. We're getting somewhere. Now, if you're paying attention at home, you'll notice that this is basically what the trumpet was just doing. Okay, so let's see. So this has got to move over. This one's got to be longer. And that right there, that's the same part as the trumpet was playing. Now, what's interesting about this melody is it's not an antecedent consequent necessarily, but what's interesting is that happens is da 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 is like an inversion of da 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 da. Then we go. Da, da, da. So let's listen again. So we're taking these melodic ideas. What key am I in, by the way? F, B flat. Da, da, da. Let me change this key. I don't really like this key. Let's see. Okay, let's put it in G. We're gonna put you in G. So. Hey Caesar, what's up? Okay, so yeah, I put it in G because that's what we've been playing it in. Let's see. Let's get like a acoustic, like grandpa's guitar. What does that sound like? let's see. No, it's no, I think it's got to go to D chord. Okay, so we're gonna add, boom. So we're gonna chunk some chords in here. Starting on this part, let's see. So we're gonna do a G chord. So on the guitar, we would play G. Then we have B. Then we have G again. Oh no, we have D, excuse me. Then G, then B, then G again. Right. Now, but let's just pretend this is mariachi. So we're gonna put these on count 2, and then we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna put it on. Now we're going to copy it. There we go. I'm going to scroll in here just a little bit. And boom. There we go. And now we have a D chord. We're going to go D. D, A, D, F sharp. Oh yeah, these need to. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna grab you, copy, boom. There we go. Now we have this same chord, set of chords right here, but we're gonna go to the G7. So that means that we're gonna take this, we're gonna play F. And then the last set we're gonna do right here is a C chord. C, E, G, C, E. Copy and paste. So bro, what about De Colores? Chill, man. We're trying to think about different melodic phrasing right now, so we might dig into De Colores in a little bit. But now I'm like, can I recreate this whole thing? Let's see. So G, D, G7, C, and then da da da. Let's see. We go into Pretty sure it's a D7 chord. Actually, let me grab my guitar. No, I'm gonna grab my guitar. Yeah, it is. It's a D7 chord. I got this. I know what I'm doing. D, A, C, F sharp. Now, one thing that this program doesn't have that I wish it did was better keyboard shortcuts. It's got like standard stuff. Okay, JoJo villain with the villain chill with the time stuff. Okay. Oh my gosh, I hope you didn't smash it that hard. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, it's quiet because we're trying to figure stuff out. Oh, and then we go back to G. Derp. Boom. So, let's see. We can add this way. Or actually, we'll go to right here. Da, 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 da. All right, check it. It's the same chords, so I'm going to copy this. We're going to go back to the beginning. Da, da, dum. Boom. All right. Ba. Okay, so we're like reconstructing things that we already know. No, I don't need that. Let's go through. We're gonna add guitar and bass. We're gonna add acoustic bass. Upright. Okay, well that's gonna be the closest thing we have. So rip out to here. So the first chord we play is a see, what's the first chord? D, G. Let's see, if I use the same G, D, F, C major 7 chord progression, would I solo in a regular major key or in the major 7? So a major key has a major 7. So like, let's see, G, D, F, C major 7. So are you saying like if you played so if you played like, so here's the interesting thing about that is G and D seem to be in the key of in the key of G. Okay. So now I could play D7, but here's the thing, because I'm playing that F sharp in the D major chord, as soon as I go to F, as soon as I go to that F chord, suddenly it's like, oh, well, that's not the key that I'm in. I'm not in the key of G, because F, it would have to be F sharp. It would be F sharp minor. But that doesn't mean that this chord progression doesn't work. But what happens is when you get to C, that you're tonicizing that C. So like, so one of those, it's like one of these things is not like the other. Well, that F chord throws you for a loop, and the way I would think about this, because you see it a lot in pop music, is that F it's pulling you along in this way that you're not necessarily expecting. I wouldn't really choose this chord progression to use to solo over for the first time, because it changes key. That's the problem. So if I'm playing a G chord to a D chord, or even a D7 chord, I know I can pretty much play G major. But then as soon as I get to this F, my whole thought process has to change, because now suddenly I'm like a mixolydian. I've got to play that F natural. I'm also probably going to want to hear some B flats, and then I'm going to get, but you can do, it's got like, you've got B flat, and then you want B natural for that C major 7 chord. So it's almost like it's a mixolydian type feel. Yeah, it's like that G mixolydian. But when you play the D, you have to have that F sharp. The chords were called, I think it was G, D, F, C. It was that first lo-fi chord progression I showed you. And it's cool. It's not there's nothing wrong with it. I like that chord progression. What's up, Don? But the issue becomes, you have to be aware of, if you're trying to solo, when you go from D to F, suddenly there's a harmonic change, which is a little bit what I'm talking about today. Is if you're playing, for example, you have to change. You have to know where that F changes from sharp to natural. So like if your harmonic rhythm is 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mom got stung by a wasp, dude. That stinks, man. Wasps are nasty little suckers. So what I would do if I was soloing for the first time, or trying to improvise, excuse me, for the first time, Angel, is I would use something like a pentatonic scale. So if you're playing G, D, F, C, you could use the notes from the A minor pentatonic. So let me see. So A minor pentatonic is 5th fret. But really, that's where you're going to end up because you're ending with this C chord, this C major. So like a C major pentatonic would be 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 8, 8, 10, 8, 10. Yeah, so I'm thinking kind of like 3 different boxes, but a really easy one, just 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. The one that I liked because it feels more like it's in this key of C to me, because that's where the major 7 is. So we go G, D, F, C. So how I would analyze that progression is G is the 5 chord in C. D should be technically the minor 2, or really like the minor 2. So it would be like but adding that F sharp, what we're really doing is we're saying that this is a G chord, and then we're playing the D after it. D is the 5 of G. So we're playing 1, 5, then we're playing 1, like F becomes 1, 5. But we're playing that major 7, which totally changes the way we feel about it. So this is actually a cycle progression. This is what I was talking about earlier in the stream, and I was trying to compose, and it just wasn't really working out. So we're playing 1, 5, 1, 5. If I change where I am. Oops. doing? What am I doing? Come on, Wellman. What's happening here? There it is. So. Yeah, so I like that. I like that C pentatonic. But right here, I like that F too because that F is a pretty safe note except for in this D major chord. I'm playing non-pentatonic notes because I'm familiar enough with the key to be playing what I hear. Yeah. So you could take that cycle progression further by I mean, that's basically Manianitas, honestly. And so what you're doing, like in Manianitas, we play this, it's like G7 chord. That F is what we want to hear, so if we just play the F chord instead, you're totally taking that harmonic interest and just changing it. That's something really cool you can do. Instead of playing G7 where you only hear the F once, now suddenly the F is so important that I'm going to make it the tonic for momentarily. So yeah. Okay. Went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but that was exciting. I like to talk about that. So I'm gonna switch it up. Let's go back to talking melody here. And let me put this guitar away. Oh, the dog is out there, and the dog is mad. So before we were doing guitar stuff, we were back here on Soundtrap. We're like recreating Manianitas to talk about the melody and how it interacts with the harmonic structure here. Oh, and I was working on the guitarón part here, and that's weird. Oh, so if we're playing an A chord first. No, we're not playing an A chord first, right? What's that first chord? It's a D chord. I wish I had the part here with me because we're playing D7, G, D7, G. It's gonna take me a minute. Because it's a D chord first, right? Oh, so then... It's like a B, if I'm right. Yep. Yep. There we go. Yeah, so in this we can see really easily how the bass and guitar go together, and like all my mariachi guys, you understand how this works. At least from a practical standpoint, you know how things line up. Now. Now I'm basically going from memory at this point. It's F sharp. Yeah, it's F sharp. It says F natural. You can see it's like basically the same thing over and over again. Okay, okay. this changes slightly. Bum, bum. Okay, so again, when we're talking about melody and harmonic structure, it's all about that relationship between the two. So this week, what I'm going to do is I'll come up with a pretty simple chord progression for you guys in guitar class, and I'm going to have you write a melody over the top, specifically an antecedent consequent melody, like what we did in Mary Had a Little Lamb earlier. So because we're past 12, I want you guys to be able to go eat lunch if you're still sitting here hanging out with me. Good. Lots of people turning stuff in. So if we're over here in this land, remember that's the antecedent. The next part starts the same. Alright, so that's our basic phrasing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a chord progression, and then you'll just get to work on it. Okay? That's it. Angel, hopefully you're doing good with Guadalajara. It looks like a couple people have turned stuff in. I'm going to check in with you guys tomorrow. Hope you had a good weekend. Sorry that stream was a little weird in the beginning. It just seemed like I couldn't get sound working, but we got it working. Happy about that. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Later, y'all.